everyone, it's Elizabeth Stephenson with New Direction Family Law, where we believe with change comes empowerment. And today we're talking with Denise Dominguez. She is a women's empowerment coach, and she's also part of our For a Better Life workshop series that's going on all this year and actually into next year. So we're being really proactive today because her workshop isn't until January of next year. But Denise, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about what you do and how you empower women to help them get to their goals and their dreams.
Awesome. So I'm originally from South Florida.
Right.
And I was married over 20 years in a very toxic relationship, and finally had the courage to leave.
Right.
And came here to North Carolina. And I wasn't here long before I discovered I wanted to do something bigger than medical sales.
Okay.
Boring. And so through Facebook and liking stuff, I found a business coach out in California, got into her program, and voila,
And the rest is history.
became a women's empowerment coach. But it didn't start off that way. Because my niche is divorce, I thought maybe I was a divorce coach, and I didn't want that word connected to me. Mm-hmm. So I, through trial and error, really resonated with women's empowerment coaching. And so that's what I do.
That's right.
Yeah.
And your story is really inspiring. You just gloss over that you just moved here, but you literally just moved here with nothing, no family, no nothing, right?
No job.
How scary was that?
It was scary, but my determination to leave and make a better life overpowered my fear.
Right.
And that was huge for me because I had no job in Florida. Mm-hmm. I had no job here. I literally manifested $10,000, which was my ideal amount that I needed to come here in 5 months. And to come here with no job, I got an apartment anyway and kind of just trusted everything was going to work out for the best. Right. And it did.
That's great. So tell me, you say an empowerment coach. What does that mean when you say that? Describe that for me.
So empowerment coaching is about exactly what it says, empowering her, lifting her up to a higher emotional state. Having the client look through life, herself, and other people through different lenses. Mm-hmm. So when women come to me, usually they are in a low emotional state. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even have to be through divorce. It could just be through life.
Right. And
so what I do is I bring them up and show them a new way of looking at life and a new perspective. And so that's what empowerment coaching is.
And so when you say, do you work primarily with folks who are going through separation or divorce, or just anybody who wants to make a change and move forward?
Yes. Yeah. So my niche is divorced women because that's how I built my business on my story. Right. But I've even had men coming to me lately for coaching. In fact, in one of the emails, he said, where was he? New Zealand or something. He said, well, this time you're going to be empowering one man at a time.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, so I was like, hey.
One step at a time, get you to the next step.
I will help anybody who wants to be helped.
That's great.
And that's the key.
And so what are let's say, like the 3 main things that you as a coach help folks with or get them to move forward?
Great question. So the first thing is tools. I provide them with tools that they can use every day. The second thing is action steps. Mm-hmm. Action steps. Once I get their vision, then I can guide them to their ultimate goal.
So a lot of times the first step is really getting them to realize what it is that they want, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And so are they from all sorts of backgrounds, or most of the people that you work with, have they been in business, have they been stay-at-home moms, and now they're divorced and they got
I get it all. I get it all.
So what is your ideal client? Who's the person that could benefit most from the services that you have?
She is who I was. So she is ready to make a change, and she is fearless now. So when I moved here from Florida to North Carolina, I was unstoppable. I was like, I don't know how everything is going to work out, but it's going to work out.
Right. But don't you think that attitude really is like after the battle is to
Yeah.
just focus on it and see your goal and your end result and then work toward that.
Yeah. I was trusting the universe and trusting myself, and I didn't even know that's what I was doing. I was just so dang determined to leave that life.
Right.
And the only one thing that I did know, Elizabeth, at that time was I didn't know what my life ahead of me was going to be, but I knew one thing. It was better than the past.
What you had. But it's still scary, you know, you think about change and it's sort of like you're standing on this cliff. And, you know, sometimes it's easier to go back because that's familiar.
Oh, yeah, that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Oh, I know
Even
all
though
about
it may be
the comfort zone.
toxic, you know, but it's still what you know.
Well, that's what kept me stuck for
Right.
over 20 years.
Right.
That was my comfort zone. Even though it was chaos and drama and trauma, it was still, I knew it.
Right. It was your normal, really, right?
Yep.
Right.
I knew it.
So, you do this, you started this 90-minute coaching session that you do at no charge, right? Just to get people sort of a taste of what you do. So, so what would they experience on that call with you when they call in?
A life-changing 90 minutes. So what I do is I ask that question, you know, what is it you want? Why is that important to you? What's stopping you? And I even show them how they're showing up in life.
What do you mean?
So, energy-wise.
Okay.
So the work that I study and teach is, so imagine a triangle pyramid, and at the top we have adult energy, and adult energy is rocking it. She knows what she wants, she knows how to get it in a healthy way, she knows boundaries and relationships. Then at the bottom, you have child energy and you have parent energy. So parent energy is everything you imagine. She's a worrywart and she's a rescuer and she, you know, food is love and all of that. And then you have child energy, irresponsible, drama queen, addict and narcissist fall under child energy. So I get on the phone with them and I pull the main energy that they're operating from. Okay. And then I go through a trigger exercise and then I am exercise to help them peel that part of them. Okay. So basically what it is when we grow up into adulthood, we still have some unresolved issues from childhood.
I'm shocked, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
And that is a part of us.
Right.
So it's a part of me. So I'll use me as an example. Okay. So the first thing when I first did this exercise, my trigger was my ex, and what triggered me about him was his narcissism. Me, right? Right. And so I had to go in and recognize that that is a part of me, and that I was stuffing that down for so many years and not acknowledging it. Right. Well, when we do that, we attract that into our life. Okay. So that's how I attracted him, and I come from that. So the I am exercises, I am a narcissist. Now this counteracts with everything we've learned about affirmations. Right. I am beautiful, I am worthy. Exactly. But what we're doing is we're giving that part of us a voice. So it's kind of like, here's the example that I give to clients all the time. You have 3 children. 2 of them are excellent. They're just great kids, they do everything. Then you have that one. Right. Right. She works your last nerve. Right? Would you put her down in the basement and just shut the door and leave her there? Of course not. You would raise all 3 and you would accept that one that works your last nerve, she's yours. Right. But that's what we do to ourselves.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah. It helps. Yeah. So but that's what we do to ourselves. We stuff that girl down in the basement, and I'm not dealing with you because I'm an adult now, and that's when I was a child, and whatever happened, and let's just leave it alone. Right. And what that is she's banging on the basement door. She's like, I'm here.
Right. So it takes your attention sort of away from everything else that you can, that are positive things. Which
right.
Is that ringing in the back of
and
your
then
head.
You attract that into your life. So I was attracting narcissism. So when we go through the I am exercise, I am a narcissist, you're kind of giving her a voice. You're letting her back upstairs, you're dialoguing with her, and you're telling her that it's okay, and I acknowledge you, and I recognize you. Right. So there is a part of me that is narcissistic, and that's okay. So, but that's hard because some people, including me, I was like, I am not.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. So people go, oh, well, that's not true at all about
I am not a narcissist. I am not a scared child. Whatever the sub-archetype is, I am not this, I am not that. Right. But when you come to acceptance of that, then you shift the energy of it, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it's just sort of, sometimes I guess it's sort of hard to get people to acknowledge and
Right.
recognize it, and then say that's okay.
Right.
Doesn't make me a bad person.
No,
it's just
not
part
at
of who
all.
I am.
Exactly.
Really.
Acceptance.
So your workshop for us for a Better Life is in January of 2017, and it's own your story, don't let your story own you. Did I say that backwards?
Own your story so your story doesn't own you.
And what is that about?
Owning your story. Everything that happened in the past, to bring that up to the surface and have no shame, no blame around it.
Okay.
Because it just is.
Right.
And really owning it. So stepping into your power and knowing that, hey, this is what happened and it's okay. I am who I am, and it's what made me who I am now.
Right.
And once you own your story, then your story doesn't own you. So again, for me as an example, I was so embarrassed and ashamed of what happened to me for so many years, and I remember my mentor saying, you need to own this.
Right.
And I remember writing in the email with a shaking hand, here I go. I mean, literally, I was shaking to type this, what happened.
Right.
But it's freeing.
Yeah, because you
It's
acknowledge it and
freeing.
accept it.
And so that's why that's my signature
Right.
speech.
I love that. I love that. So that's what happens with people, who come with us, is that one, it may be domestic violence issue, but also there is still, even in this day and age, a lot of shame and disappointment and failure if your marriage does not work out.
A lot.
So they have, and so someone like you that can help clients who come to us who are going through separation and divorce, help them feel better about themselves, be able to move forward, helps us help them move along through the legal system and get past that and be able to move on.
Yes.
So you're a great resource for folks who are going
Thank
through
you.
that. So how do folks get in touch with you if they want to talk to you, do the 90-minute coaching session? What's the best way to do that?
Well, if you're seeing me on Facebook, then I'm
That's the
tagged
best way.
here. You can message me. But also my website, www.denisedominguez.com. And even on my website, there's clicks to my social media where you can contact me.
Okay.
But also my email's in there and my phone number.
That's great. Well, thank you for being with us today, and thank you guys for being with us. And I hope you'll join us for our year-long workshop series for a Better Life. So we'll see you next time. Thanks.